So again, I welcome you all over here in today's Pathshala. And today's Pathshala is based on revision. As you all know, revision is necessary for past chapters which we have been already done. And as we know that sometimes we are having short-term memory, so for that revision will be helpful for you all. So here we are beginning with our lesson number 1, A Good Deed Comes Round, written by Peter Godwin. Peter Godwin was a famous writer. He was a good psychologist as well as he was an essayist, यानी कि वो ऐसे भी लिखते थे. And now with the beginning of the story, I would like to tell you this story comes around from the African country where the atmosphere was full of war. ये कहानी है जो अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज के वहाँ से कहीं ना कहीं से आती है और हमें देखने को मिलता होता है कि वहाँ पे लड़ाई का माहौल छाया हुआ है. अब उस लड़ाई में एक छोटा सा बच्चा था जो अपनी माँ की हेल्प कर रहा था. उसकी मदर वो टेक केयर करती थी वहाँ की कैंप्स में. जो इंजर्ड लोग उस कैंप्स में रहते थे वहाँ पे वो उनकी देखभाल करती थी जो इंजरी जिनको होती थी, और एक छोटा सा बच्चा अपनी माँ को हेल्प करता था. एक दिन मैंने आपको बोला कि हिस्ट्री हमेशा रिपीट होती है, तो इस चैप्टर में भी हिस्ट्री रिपीट हुई थी. बोलते हैं कि किसी का किया हुआ कभी खराब नहीं जाता होता है. तो वही बात साबित होती है जब वो एक छोटा सा बच्चा बड़ा होके अपनी पढ़ाई करने के लिए दूसरे देश में जाता है. वहाँ पे वो एक न्यूज़ रिपोर्टर बन जाता है. न्यूज़ रिपोर्टर बनने के बाद वो वहीं पे अपने बचपन में जहाँ पे उसने दिन बिताए थे उसी शहर में आ पहुँचता है. शहर के दूर एक कस्बा था. कस्बा यानी कि एक स्मॉल प्लेस वेयर द पीपल आर सराउंडेड फ्रॉम द forest, are like been dead, and on the other side there was mountains. Okay, and ultimately what happened, he was been captured by one troop यानी कि लोगों का समूह. लोगों का समूह वो गैंग भी हो सकती है, वो टोली भी हो सकती है, वो कुछ भी हो सकता है. देन उसको कैदी बना के वहाँ पे रखा गया. वहाँ पे ऐसा लगा उन लोगों को कि कैमरा वगैरह लेके घूम रहा है, तो ज़रूर हमारे कुछ मतलब है ना जो करतूते हैं, जो ग्रुप शायद आतंक का ग्रुप था या वो किसी को नुकसान पहुंचाता था या अपने हक के लिए लड़ता था, ऐसा ग्रुप था और उनको उसने कैदी बना दिया. अब जब उसको कैदी बना के रखा गया तो ग्रुप का एक लीडर था. वो पहचान गया कि वही लड़का है जिसने मुझे, इसकी माँ ने और इसने मुझे हेल्प की थी जब मुझे इंजरी हुई थी. और ये सोच के इसके साथ डिस्कस करता है, क्या तुम्हारी मदर एक नर्स का काम करती थी, टेक केयर का काम करती थी? तो लड़का बोलता है हाँ. बोले तुम्हें मैं याद हूँ? तो बोले नहीं, मैं तो बहुत छोटा था. तो उसने बोला कि तुम वही लड़के हो जिसने मुझे मलहम पट्टी की थी, और मैं आशा करता हूँ कि तुम हमारी कोई भी गलत चीज़ रिकॉर्ड करके मीडिया तक नहीं लेके जाओगे. और इस तरीके से उसको वहाँ से खुशी खुशी रिहा करते हैं. ओके, दिस होल थिंग्स इज गोइंग टू कवर इन वन वीडियो, एंड आफ्टर दैट आई विल वन गिव यू वन कंक्लूजन. सो स्टे ऑन फॉर द वीडियो.
Today we will discuss about the lesson A Good Deed Comes Round, written by Peter Godwin. This story revolves around a journalist who returns from the clutches of rebels, and he saved himself from the rebels, the revolutionaries. Let's read the chapter for more details. Growing up in Africa, the son of English settlers, I often accompanied my mother, a doctor, on her rounds. We went in her car, which was like a mobile clinic. It was fitted with a medical chest with a wonderful array of equipment, glinting scalpels, cotton swabs, dozens of pill bottles, and tubes of ointment, We covered hundreds of kilometers around Melsetter village in the rural eastern highlands of what was then southern Rhodesia. Now, the narrator describes his childhood that he grew up in Africa and he was the son of an English settlers, and he often went along with his mother, and his mother was a doctor, and she went in her car, and her car was like a mobile clinic, and many things are there, like equipments were there, scalpels were there, cotton swabs were there, and pill bottles where tablets were there in the small bottles, they were also there. Tubes were there, ointment was there, and they covered around hundreds of kilometers to Malsetter village, and it was a rural area. It was situated in the highland near mountain, and it is near about southern Rhodesia. All of life was there, and sometimes death. My mother's single biggest lifesaver was her vaccination program, which was close to her heart. Grand tours to inoculate people against smallpox, diphtheria, tuberculosis, and polio became part of our dry season routine. Our journey took us high up towards the glittering granite Chimanimani mountains. These bordered the most remote, unexplored part of Mozambique, where a guerrilla war against the colonial Portuguese was underway. Now, the writer tells that there was life and there was death also, and her mother's single biggest lifesaver was her vaccination program, which was close to her heart. You know, vaccination in our childhood also, vaccination is done. Grand tours to inoculate people against smallpox, diphtheria, tuberculosis. So these are the diseases against which the vaccination program is run, and polio also. And their journey was very tiring. They used to go to granite Chimanimani mountains, which was bordering Mozambique part, and it was a dangerous part also, because one guerrilla war was going on. Guerrilla war means it's a method of fighting in small groups against the government. So this was also going on, so it was dangerous for them also. We had sent word ahead, and then we arrived. Thousands of the local and Dao people had gathered, most of them from across the border. Now the narrator, along with his mother, they went to Mozambique, where Portuguese, the guerrilla war against Portuguese colonial government was going on. They gave a message, and many Ndao people gathered there from across the border. We were not supposed to vaccinate Mozambicans, but my mother felt it made sense, because Ndao crossed the border so freely. I helped with the polio vaccine for the children. I had a tray of sugar lumps and would give one to each person. Behind me came a health assistant with a bottle of vaccine. He would squeeze a drop of the bright pink solution into each lump. Then I would call for tongues out and march down the line, checking the children had all swallowed. Now, writer's mother was very sympathetic. Actually, they were not supposed to vaccinate Mozambicans, but mother vaccinated them also. And the narrator was very small, and he helped with the polio vaccine for the children, and he had a tray of sugar lumps in his hand, and he would give one to each person. And behind the writer was a health assistant with a bottle of vaccine, and he would squeeze a drop of a bright pink solution in each sugar lump, and the writer's job was to provide that sugar lump to each child and to make sure that they have eaten that. My biggest problem was to prevent them from coming round again to get a second sugar of lump. because children, they are attracted to sugar lump, and like us, we want two chocolates or two toffees. So this was the biggest problem for the writer also, to prevent them from coming round to get a second sugar lump. Those were the days of relative peace, but as I came into manhood in 1970s, the war for black majority rule escalated in Rhodesia. Our district, with its long border with Mozambique, was devastated. Near every farm was attacked. For almost 10 years, humans never ventured into the vast minefield near the mountains at all. Now the writer says that those were the days when he was a child, but now he had grown up in 1970s, and now the things have changed completely. Now the writer belonged to the white community, and blacks were fighting for the majority rule. So the district of Mozambique, the day they were destroyed and attacked, and for 10 years nobody visited there in the minefield near the mountains at all. I left for England. I tried to forget Africa, to dismiss my homeland, now renamed Zimbabwe, as a place with too many brutal, violent memories, a place of death. Now the writer had to leave his homeland, his place, because of these brutal and violent wars, and tried to forget his land. So dear students, this is the end of the part 1. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.
Hi friends, I hope you have been understood the video in detail, and the moral of the chapter, the moral of the story is what? Please pay attention on the board. Never think your goodness will not count. कभी ये मत सोचना कि आपकी अच्छाई कभी ऊपर भगवान के घर में गिनी नहीं जाती है. क्यों? क्योंकि it will come back to you in any form. वो कभी भी किसी भी तरीके से कोई भी रूप में आपको वापस आ सकती है. I hope you have been understood today's video and our today's session. Along with this, we are going to provide you one PPT which will be considering the chapter question answers as well as other grammar part. So goodbye. We are going to give you revision continuously. So please watch our videos, like it. Till on, goodbye.